Welcome to Comfort Time with Aunty Yunike, where we share testimony stories. Today I want to share with you a story that will amaze you. Have you ever been in a situation where something happens to you and you don't think much of it, you just take it into your stride and move on? Then later, much later, when you think about it, you get goosebumps because you are thinking, my God, except for God being there, I was in so much trouble. So this, I'm going to share with you this experience, and I shared also in God's hands. Then the link will show for those who may have missed it. So like I've shared in other videos, I grew up with a mother who was very busy. Mom was a leader of the Catholic Women Organization, and she was also a teacher or a mistress at the social welfare home, where people came in to talk, to seek help, counseling, to learn cookery, baking, crocheting. And I've shared this a lot in the video called Heal Your Community. And the link too will show, so you can look at it for those who may have missed it. So when Mom needed to go away, like for church work, she made sure that she had taught me to run the community center. And even if I was only 11, 12, I was still able to do it because she had walked me through everything and I knew exactly what to do. So now on this faithful day, Mom went to a meeting out of town, and the Catholic Women Organization meeting. And my father didn't have a problem with that because he was also a devout Catholic man, a Eucharistic minister, and it was just normal for him to let Mom go wherever she needed to go for her church meetings. So when Mom was away, I normally would sleep with a baby. I was the eldest daughter. Many of us that time, I think we were about 7 or 8. And I was the one now tasked with the duty of caring for the family, making sure that everybody was clean, they bathed before they went to bed, they did their homework, they slept well, and they have eaten. So, and also to make sure that Dad was taken care of. So like Dad's water for bathing was ready, because this is the time, for those who may have missed the video where I share, it's called Consequences, where by that time Dad got into trouble. He got demoted from his work, and we moved from the big house where we used to stay to a small house where we needed to now cook on logs and braziers and all the rest of it, no lights. So it was at that period. So now what happened was that in the evening, as I slept with the baby, I felt that the temperature was too high. So I knew exactly what was going on. It must be malaria or some fever or something. So I went to knock at Dad's door. I said, Dad, I think we need to go to the hospital. The baby is not well. He's got a temperature. So Dad woke up, checked, yeah, this is serious, let's go. So we went to go to the hospital, got the medication. I knew how to administer it. Even if I was only 12 myself, I was also young, but I knew because I'd always been doing that with Mom. So now, the next day, the baby was less restless because the night before I couldn't sleep. But that day, he was feeling much better. And so I was exhausted from all the chores that I needed to do. So now, about 20 hours, about 8 o'clock, I went to sleep. And normally I would sleep 1 hour or 2 later, but I slept early because the baby had slept and I just wanted to catch some rest. And so I just woke up, I got startled and woke up and decided, oh my God, I'm late. I'm supposed to prepare Dad's water for work, for him to bath so that he can be ready to go to work. and I'm supposed to prepare his breakfast, and I'm still sleeping. So I jumped out of bed. Fortunately, the baby was still asleep, so I got one of my siblings to watch him as I went outside to prepare the logs for the water. So I was busy putting the logs together, trying to put the fire for the water, and then I heard the gentlest voice: "You need to go back to sleep." So I was like, what was that? Then I turned towards the sound of the voice, and there was this big man, about 6 foot plus, but with the gentlest of voices. So I looked at him, and then he said, "You have woken up too early." So I was not scared. So I just said, okay. I got my things together, looked at him again, and went into the house, and I slept. And then that was it. Around 5 a.m., I woke up again at the right time this time, prepared the fire, prepared the water. All was ready for Dad, and I never thought much about it. When Mom came, I just explained to her what had happened, and life continued. But it's only recently that now that story came back to me, because much later I realized, no, that was no ordinary person. Because that time when I woke up, it must have been around midnight. It was really dark. Must have been around midnight or 1 a.m. And at that time, there are stray dogs going through homes looking for bones or whatever people have thrown, because we used to eat from outside. So normally if you're eating meat, you throw bones, you throw fish, or whatever you're eating. And dogs would pass by, stray dogs, to come and look for such food. And there's also the time when drunkards are passing around, from their drinking sprees. And there I was on my own, alone, a 12-year-old. And I never even thought about the danger I could have been in. So now that's when it dawned on me that was an angel sent to come and protect me and to keep me safe. Because I had no idea what was going on, or how late, or how unsafe I was. I just assumed it's early, and anytime now I'll see people going for work. Miners by 5 a.m. they are already going to work. So there's people already moving around as I'm preparing the fire. But there was no one, it was just still. So it was then that I realized, my God, even if all of us, we have guardian angels, and we should learn to talk to our guardian angels. They're with us 24/7. They're there for a purpose. So talk to them, ask for help when you have them. But when you're in danger, God sends even more angels for you. And that's what happened to me. So recently, when my friends and I were chatting about Zesco, would you imagine it's load shedding that brought the memories back? My friends were saying, oh, us, we grew up in the time when we light a candle and we are home. So Zesco, load shedding has nothing on us. And I was like, yeah, and then I was like, guys, that reminds me of what I went through. And everybody agreed, you know what? That was an angel. You must have been in so much danger, and God needed to send someone to take you back to the secure place, to go back in the house. So what blessings are we receiving that we are not even thinking of or appreciating or even connecting with? We receive so many blessings, and we just take them into our stride and think nothing of them. I think we need to be more sensitive. That's the moral of this story. Be sensitive to the little things that happen to you that you never thought could be a blessing. And I now remember the song I usually love to sing. I hope I can sing it for you. Says, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. That reminds me of that. So please, let's count our blessings. Let's talk to our angels. Let's thank our angels, make them friends, so that every time we are never alone. So if you have experienced any such thing, please share with us so that we can learn from your experiences. And let me know if you also load shedding has nothing on you, because a candle darkness what is nothing. We've been through there. Comfort time continues. Please give us thumbs up, because YouTube then will share our stories with many more people. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share the stories so that many more people can have access to these stories. Comfort time continues. Stay blessed. See you in the next video.